The only place to live that is more dangerous than prison is the outside world. Any person who watches the evening news will be convinced that the world is a dangerous place to live. One violent crime follows another. Of course, not everyone feels the need to physically harm another person, but there are far too many people who not only feel the urge, but eagerly embrace it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Non-Stop Top 10s. In today's video, we are going to take a look at the top 10 most dangerous prisons. So let's dig right into it. Number 10. San Quentin Prison. San Quentin, California's oldest prison, is notorious for its brutality. Many prominent criminals have lived there, including Charles Manson, Scott Peterson, and Saran, who assassinated Robert F. Kennedy. It is home to California's only gas chamber and the state's only death row institution for male offenders, the largest in the United States. San Quentin had a reputation for corruption and interracial riots in the 1930s, which the guards encouraged. In February 2006, certain racially motivated attacks resulted in the injury of 100 inmates. In addition, 2 inmates were murdered. The prison is notorious for its deplorable circumstances, and a 2005 assessment noted, "It is our judgment that housing individuals there is harmful." Number 9. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. This American-owned jail, located on the eastern tip of Cuba, was built in 2002 in the aftermath of 9/11 to detain Taliban and al-Qaeda captives seized in Afghanistan. While President Obama campaigned on a promise to shutter the jail, it is still fully operating and houses over 150 prisoners in 2 camps, Camp Delta and Camp Iguana. Guantanamo Bay has been severely criticized for keeping people without trial and for routinely torturing captives, including waterboarding and sexual abuse. At Guantanamo Bay, there have been multiple reports of suicides and suicide attempts. Prisoners have gone on hunger strikes to protest their detention, but they have been force-fed through nasal and rectal feeding, which is another violation of human rights. Number 8. Terre Haute, USA. Terre Haute is a high-security facility where some of the Bureau's most dangerous offenders are housed. The structure has a unique detention unit for convicts who have been sentenced to death. A minimum security camp for male criminals is located next to the facility. This Indiana prison complex has maximum security, medium security, and low security facilities. Terre Haute, also known as Guantanamo North, is home to the federal government's execution chamber. Inmates on death row are held in a special confinement unit, where they dwell in cramped cells alone and are only allowed out 3 times each week to use the exercise cages. This is where Jahar Tsarnaev, the Boston Marathon bomber, will be housed until his execution. Number 7. La Sabaneta Prison, Venezuela. More than 3,700 prisoners are housed in this overcrowded facility, which was built to house only 700 people. Overcrowding encourages disease and violence among the inmates. La Sabaneta is governed by a corrupt system in which guards provide preferential treatment to individuals with money and power. These folks are allowed to sleep on a bed within the cells, but everyone else must use a hammock in the passageways. And there is no established daily program of activities, leaving convicts to do and behave as they like, which frequently leads to severely violent interactions caused by a lack of mental stimulation and confined living conditions. Before getting further into the video, please subscribe to our channel. This will encourage us on keep bringing interesting content for you. Now, let's get back to the topic. Number 6. Diyarbakir Prison, Turkey. Diyarbakir Jail is notorious for its cruel tactics and violations of human rights. The violent conditions in Diyarbakir are caused by jail officials rather than inmates. Mehmet Siddiq Mies is just one of the unfortunates who have served time in Diyarbakir, and many others have died here. Between 1981 and 1984, a total of 34 prisoners died as a consequence of torture, suicide, or being beaten to death. In 1996, an incident occurred that resulted in the deaths of 10 detainees and the injury of 23 others at the hands of prison guards. The facility, which was designed to contain just 700 convicts, both men and women, in different quarters, is sometimes highly overcrowded. Number 5. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. Black Dolphin Prison is a Russian prison that houses the most heinous criminals in Russia, including serial murderers, terrorists, rapists, cannibals, and pedophiles. Guards transport convicts between buildings by bending them over, grabbing their tied hands behind their backs, and blindfolding them so they can't plan escapes or harm prison employees. Inmates are only allowed 90 minutes of exercise per day, and they are not permitted to lie down or even sit on their bunks during their 16-hour shift, with an average of 5 individuals killed per offender. Black Dolphin Prison's 700 occupants have killed a total of 3,500 people, ranking it 5th on the list of the world's 10 most dangerous jails. Number 4. Rikers Island Prison, USA. Rikers Island Prison, USA. Rikers Island is regarded as one of the most brutal prisons in the United States. This is the facility where convicted sex offender and former producer Harvey Weinstein was held before his March trial last year. Many reporters and investigators who have had the opportunity to visit this jail testified to the harsh conditions and treatment inmates, particularly the mentally and physically ill, undergo. Even recently, a string of killings and beatings have been reported in this prison, giving Rikers Island a spot on our list. Number 3. United States Penitentiary, Administrative Maximum Facility, ADX, USA. This is the most maximum security prison in the United States, often known as ADX Florence. This prison, first opened in 1994, is home to some of the world's most dangerous criminals, including Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, Ramzi Youssef, responsible for the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, and Zacarias Moussaoui, engaged in the 9/11 attacks. Inmates at this prison are kept in solitary confinement for 23 hours a day in 7 by 12-foot concrete cells with immovable concrete furniture such as a stool, desk, and bed topped with a thin mattress. Meals are supplied through small openings in the metal doors, which are only 3 feet tall and 4 inches wide. When prisoners are allowed to leave their cells for a 1-hour leisure session, they are restrained and taken to a small outdoor cage by multiple guards. Former warden Robert Hood described the jail as a clean version of hell. Number 2. Camp 22, North Korea. The Horiang concentration camp, also known as Camp 22, was a North Korean jail that was claimed to have closed in 2012. The Camp 22 has been in existence since 1965 but was kept hidden for decades until satellite imagery of the site became available. Human rights violations, human experimentation, and sadistic mistreatment had occurred at Camp 22. The North Korean regime has consistently denied its existence. It is estimated that approximately 50,000 men, women, and children are held there, as a person's entire family can be detained for their crime. Prisoners are starved, abused, and forced to labor 12 hours a day, 7 days a week in farms and mines. The conditions at Camp 22 were among the worst ever seen, with over 1,500 to 2,000 people dying each year alone from malnutrition, the most of them were children. Number 1. Mahanga Prison, Rwanda. Mahanga Prison, formerly known as Gitarama Prison, is notorious for being dangerously overcrowded and having harsh conditions. Mahanga Jail is the world's most crowded prison, housing almost 7,000 inmates in a facility designed to hold only 400. The majority of the detainees are suspects in the 1994 Rwandan genocide. Because of the excessive overcrowding, these men and women are forced to stand barefoot on the unclean ground all day, causing their feet to rot. It has also documented incidences of cannibalism, with inmates physically starving for each other's flesh due to poor living conditions and overpopulation. On our list, this is the only prison where cannibalism has been reported. So there you have it. If you enjoyed today's content, make sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our new videos. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Thanks for watching.